Hello guys and welcome to another edition of Rage Against the Dice. As you can see here today, we're taking a look at the next part of our How to Play Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures game series. Now, as I mentioned, if you watched the last one on the stat cards, I am splitting this up into parts so people can only need to watch the bits that are relevant to them. If all of it's relevant to you, that's fantastic. They're all going to be in a big playlist. You can watch it from start to finish. But as I said, today we're going to be looking at the dice. Now, the dice have 5 different symbols and a blank on them. So 6 essential sides of an 8-sided die, which means, as you can probably work out, there's going to be some repeats. You get 10 dice in the set, and you can also buy the dice separately as well. So if you weren't going to plan on buying the big starter set for whatever reason, which you should, it's amazing, yeah, you can pick up the dice separately. You can also pick up the dice separately, as 10 won't really be enough if you and your friend are going to be using a box together. Trust me, there's some times when Cap's rolling crazy dice for defending, like 7s and 8 dice. It's beautiful, beautiful stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to run through what each of the symbols are and what they mean to the game. So the first one, of course, here is a blank. Now, a blank is exactly that. It's not a success by any stretch of the imagination, whether you're attacking or defending, but it can be re-rolled if you have any skills or abilities that let you re-roll anything. Now, that's going to become relevant later when we're going down the other dice, and you'll see why. But yeah, so your blank is exactly that. It's just a blank. Now, the next symbol is this one here, which is a critical symbol. So as you can see, it looks like a kind of POW from the old Batman 1960s television show with an exclamation mark in the middle. And as I said, that's a critical. Now, a critical counts as a success, whether you're attacking or defending. And they're also important when you're rolling for initiative. What it also does is it allows you to roll another dice. So if I roll 3 dice, for instance, and I get 2 criticals and then a blank, I could roll 2 more dice. If I then, however, got 2 more criticals, I couldn't then roll another 2 dice. So in that scenario I just gave, you'd have 4 successes. If you rolled 5 critical dice, for instance, and you rolled 5 dice and got 5 criticals, and you rolled again and got 5 more criticals, the maximum you'd be doing is 10. What you couldn't do is then roll them again to get another 5, etc. So it is a really big rule within the game, and it's something that's really important to note. So criticals, good, allow you to roll an extra dice for each critical you get. However, you then, when you roll the next set of dice, if any of them are criticals, they just count as successes. They do not count. They do not give you extra dice again. It's pretty simple. I probably overly complicated it. But yeah, critical, good. That's what we're saying. The next one, of course, is a hit, which again looks like a POW with a little POW inside it. Each one of those is 1 success when you're attacking. The next one is your defense, and that's a shield with a POW on it. These are, of course, good when you're defending, and each one of those is 1 single success. The next one along is a wild. Now, the wild is different. If you watched our first video on the stat card itself, you'll notice that some of Captain America's skills had a little swirly, what I called at the video, a wild symbol on it. Now, what that means is, if you roll that wild symbol while you're attacking or defending, then what that is a success. So whether it's attack or defense, it's a success. But if you're doing an attack and you roll a wild, you may also trigger I'm going to keep trigger in. That could become a thing. Yeah, so you can trigger a special event. So like with Cap, when he throws his shield, if he gets the wild symbol, it can ricochet and hit other people, for instance. And each character has its own skills, and some of those skills have their own little special side effect. And that's what the wilds are. But as I said, they're also successes at the same time. And then this one here is a critical failure. Well, it's just a failure, but I like to call it a critical failure because we've got a critical here which is good, so a critical failure which is bad. And that is, not only is it bad because it's not a success, but you also cannot re-roll that. So as you may have remembered from the start of the video, it was only about 3 minutes ago, wasn't that long, cast your mind back guys, I said that blanks were bad, but you could re-roll them. Skulls are bad, but you can't re-roll them. That's just a straight failure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 4 dice here and I'm going to do an attack roll. So there you have it. I'm going to push those back into shot. So yeah, I got 1 wild, which is a success. I got 1 blank, which is a failure. And I got 1 critical failure, or 1 failure, which is also a failure. I also got this, which is a critical. So that's 2 successes. But because I got that critical, I get to roll again. And that's 3 successes there. So the defender, who's also rolling 4 dice for the sake of keeping it simplistic, he got 2 blanks. They do nothing. He got an attack, which does nothing. And he got 1 critical. So he's at 1 success. But because he got that critical, he gets to roll another dice where he got a skull. So in that instance, he would take damage of the amount that was over. So that 1 would cancel out 1 of the attacks. And then however many attacks were successful after that would cause damage to your stamina. So if you got 3 successes and 1 success on defense, it would do 2 damage. It's really, really simple. The dice are really, really good. I would say one thing I don't like about them is that I think that white paint will rub off. However, they are indented, so you could repaint them, or you could still see what they are. They're not like the Rumble Slam dice that you originally got with the fists on. They just rubbed off and they were just perfectly smooth. You'll still be able to see what these dice are. So that's, again, this is just part 2. It's just looking at the dice. Next thing we're actually going to look at is the different tokens and what they are. Again, it's only going to be a quick little video like this one, so you can skip it if you already know what the tokens are. And then we're going to start looking at the actual gameplay itself, throw-in stuff, that kind of thing. But anyway, guys, hopefully you're liking this series so far. I know I've done a massive 180, as it were, on the whole Marvel Crisis Protocol thing. Call me a hypocrite if you want. I have been. But yeah, I've actually played a couple of games now and I really like it. So that's my main motivation for playing it. For doing these videos, is I'm enjoying it at the moment. Much like all the other videos we do, Rumble Slam, the Judge Dredd, those kind of things. They're all stuff that are near and dear to me. But yeah, guys, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and pray the dice gods and hope they smile upon you. Take care.